knocked it up. Right, welcome back to ILR2 for Abu Dhabi round 20 for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix in Abu Dhabi with the Abu Dhabi flag here in Abu Dhabi.
It's 5 times at Abu Dhabi.
I am here with Soup again for the finale of the ILR2 season. And before we get straight off the Abu Dhabi, we are going to go straight towards the ILR2 roster for next season, I guess.
Yep. This is important. So I'll let you start off, Brandon. Who is the first driver in ILR2 next season?
Up, so you might have to
Okay,
start.
so I will do it. Well, okay, so the first driver that's going to be competing in ILR2 Season 3 next season is Scott. So Force Addicts right here looking to continue in ILR2. So he'll be continuing on, as I said. And let's see if he can challenge for the championship. As I could say, the championship in ILR2 next season is going to be extremely close because this lineup is basically ILR 1.5 because there's about 7 or 8 guys who should really be in ILR 1, but ILR 1 is so competitive that just couldn't put them in. So there's your first guy. Force Addicts Scott is your first driver next season.
And the second driver, who isn't actually here today, is George XX13. He got pole in Italy, then disconnected, and had a horrible race from then onwards. He's been up there. He has been up there. It's just his disconnects have sort of let him go, but he is quick. He is quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's enough to say.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully he can sort out his old internet issues by next season. But yeah, I mean, he's got the pace, so he'll certainly be challenging for pole positions and wins and stuff next season again. Next driver, I think, is a promotion from ILR 3. Do correct me if I'm wrong.
Demotion from ILR 1.
Demotion from ILR 1. So Liam Robbo is down to ILR 2. Welcome to hell, my friend. He's coming down to ILR 2. So obviously very quick if he's been in ILR 1 there. So look for him to be mixing it up with these guys and perhaps challenging for those podiums and wins and stuff. Basically anyone on this list is capable of challenging for a podium or a win, so Season 3 is going to be one hell of a season.
The next person for ILR 2 is one of the guys really from this season as well. Turning up to some races, has been a teammate of one of the commentators. It's Phil Bargewell.
Yeah,
he's in it for this next season as well. He has shown a lot of pace. He's also missed a lot of races, but he's got, again, like George, pace, and I think that's really gonna prove crucial for next season. A lot of these people for next season are gonna be qualifying merchants, so you know,
yeah,
pace is more than everything in next season for sure.
Yeah, Phil should do well. He was the early leader of the ILR2 championship, but it all went downhill a bit. So next we move on to the next driver. This is, of course, Phil's teammate, I believe, currently. It's not. Is it? Yes, it is. Pagani is going to be in ILR2 next season. So I think he started off as kind of a reserve, then moved to a full time. So he's now got a full-time drive in ILR2 next season. So let's see how he will get on next season. Be interesting to see.
Indeed. And the next person is a fellow commentator. It's Andy. I'm kidding. It's Tom. Wame 395 in the pits, currently on pole position, is in for ILR2 Season 3. I forgot what season it is. It's Season 3.
Yeah, it's Season 3. Season 3, yeah.
Shown a lot of promise this season. He's had the pace for numerous wins. He just hasn't been able to categorise on those faults. And, well, you'll need to get that winning mentality in for next season for sure, as he'll be fighting for that championship without a doubt.
Yeah. So next we move on to a driver I'm sure a lot of drivers are going to like to see back in ILR2. It's Billy. I don't believe he's here. Is he actually here today?
No, he's being replaced by this guy I'm on right now. This guy right here, who's just bottled the first chicane.
Yeah, well, So Billy Neck is going to be here again next season. Shown a lot of pace this season, but I think just needs to work on that racecraft a bit. So that might have been one of the reasons to keep him here in ILR2. So if he can improve that, I can see him in ILR1 and perhaps season 4, season 5 perhaps. But yeah, a lot of pace, so keep an eye on him.
Next up is a ILR4 social race debutant from USA. Cleared the pack easily and well, kind of went out for that win. Voltex Voids is the next driver on the list. Obviously showed a lot of pace in the ILR4 race to not just be promoted straight up to ILR3 but straight up to ILR2, which goes to show that Voltex's name is slowly but surely proving itself to be quite a prominent figure around in each of the divisions.
Yeah, absolutely. Next, we move to the teammate of Tom. Sam is going to be staying with us in ILR2 this season, so the two, I hope they're going to be teammates again, but maybe not. Maybe they're in consultations. But yeah, Sam will be staying again, showing a lot of pace, and I think if he was a little bit more consistent in the early part of the championship, I would put him up there as a championship contender. But yeah, quick guy. Him and Tom will probably do well next season, so Sam, keep an eye on him.
The next up is a latecomer for this season. He hasn't been here very long. In the races he has shown, he's shown some promise. He's kind of been hindered by a lot of incidents which haven't been really his fault. It's Acorn 95. The replacement for Nicolo late on into the season. He's taken that hold in the team, and he's proven to be better than Nicolo, some would say. Some would say he hasn't been better than Nicolo because of his points tally, but who knows? Who knows how he'll be next season? Obviously he deserves a spot there according to the stewards and the owners of ILR, so obviously he's there for a reason. Let's just hope he can show what he has next season rather than what we've seen snippets of this season.
Indeed, so yeah, looking forward to seeing how he gets on. Next, you'll be all fantastically glad to hear Paul McGuinness remains in ILR2, so the MCG train is going to be here for another season. Paul McGuinness, of course, also very quick, challenging. I think he got a podium, almost got a podium last time out in Brazil. But yeah, quick guy, capable of wins and podiums and stuff, so I hope he gets on well next season. And we're going to be very excited to see the MCG train back out again.
Indeed. Next up is actually his teammate from this season, who stepped down from ILR1 early on, came in or won in Baku, and has been showing a lot of promise this season. Some say he would be sandbagging just to have an ILR2 spot for next season. It's Corey, or Corza F1.
Yeah, we should probably move through these a little bit quicker, because there's only about a minute left to qualify.
That's fine.
So
they don't want Corey, they want the race.
Yeah, so Corey is there as well. Next driver is Lio Blade, won in Mexico, and is a very, very quick driver, so he'll be remaining with us in ILR2.
He's then followed by Lukey Luke. Again, he's been showing a lot of improvement this season compared to last season, getting a good few amount of podiums this season round compared to not getting his first points until Brazil last season. So definitely deserving a spot here in ILR2 next season.
Next up is The Matter, so remaining with us here in ILR2 once again. There he is in the Williams. So yeah, he's staying with us is all I can say. So there he is in P11 currently, but yeah, he's remaining with us for Season 3 of ILR2. And
now for the first of the promotion gang, apart from Voltex, from ILR3, the first is Parga, I'm just going to go Parga rather than Pagainus 21. There we are, there's his name. The Dutchman flying up from Williams in ILR3 to ILR2. We'll see how he does for next season for sure.
Yep, I just saw Corey just go on provisional poll, so he's obviously delighted he's in ILR2, so he's just popped it on the provisional poll. Next we have DNA Joe, who I believe is also a promotion. No, he's not a promotion, is he? No, he's staying with us in ILR2.
He's a promotion up to ILR2.
He's promotion.
Was in ILR2 season 1, got demoted to ILR3, came back up
and
for
back up
season
again.
3.
Welcome back.
An old face rejoining.
Yep, nice to see.
Another promotion is Silent Assassin 50, who is not racing today. He was on the list for being a reserve today, but obviously problems have arisen, and he's not racing today, but he showed great promise in Brazil, and yeah, I think he could do fantastically in ILR2 next season without a doubt.
And I think we actually missed a driver further up. We missed AVR Jake.
Oh,
he's staying with us in ILR2.
Sorry, Jay.
Yeah, he's there.
I was meant to say you. I apologise. Sorry.
Yeah, AVR Jake. He was a late. He was a late comer into ILR2. I believe he was actually reserved for a little while. Then got a full-time seat, and now he's got a full season ahead of him in ILR2. So, welcome to the full-time club, I suppose, Mr. Jake.
And the last guy on the list, Hellboy 55-100, because I'm not saying 55-100.
He's a demotion from ILR1, so he's coming down. Shown a lot of pace in ILR1, but I think just needs to work on the DNFs a little bit. Just had a few DNFs, and I think that just might have affected him, but yeah, he'll be one to watch in ILR2. And we have one reserve, Costa SLB. So that is your lineup. That took 15 minutes to do of qualifying. But and just as we said that you got to watch qualifying in the background, it is actually going to be Corey on pole position for the last round in ILR2 in Abu Dhabi. Can you believe it's actually the last round? 20 rounds, 20 weeks.
Yes, I can. I've been here since Canada.
Okay.
Yes, I can.
Okay, well, you've just ruined the moment.
I'm going to ruin the moment for you, because Tom is second, Matt is third, Joker's fourth, Flex is fifth, It's Me is sixth, Matter is seventh, eighth is Scoot, ninth is Josh, 10th is Jay. What?
Whoa, what? Hold on a second. Well, he's going to have to... That means he doesn't get his free tyre choice, so... but there you go, Jamie's actually 10th.
Well, there we go. We found a track Jamie's good at.
Yep, there you go.
Wow,
Outside your top 10
Joker and Flexi, identical lap times.
Wow. Look at that. That's how close it is. But Corey gets pole position, so yeah.
Wow, 4 seconds separating the grid.
that's mad. If you look at 12th,
so tiny.
If you look at 12th, 11th, and 10th, like, and 13th, I mean that's nothing. So
is close as heck.
Signs of things to come next season.
Oh, and before anything else, Ritson did disconnect, but reconnect, I do believe, in qualifying. So he might be racing. Is he? Yes, he is. He should be racing.
Yeah. Ah, a sad time and a happy time at the same time. It's the last round of ILR2.
Is that overcast?
If it rains, I'm gonna go ballistic. But yeah, no, if it just don't even talk about rain. But yeah, the last round of ILR2 is about to get underway. A year ago, round about now, last year, Corey was in second on the grid, but Corey, you know, he doesn't have good memories of this track, let's just say, because the last time he was here, he had a bad time, bottled the championship, but here he is on pole position in ILR2. So for the last time this season, the grid moves away for the formation lap. It is going to be Corey who leads the way for the last time. Tom in P2 then. Matt in P3. I think he's actually got ILR1 for next season, I believe, doesn't he? Yeah, so we're saying goodbye to him. Joker, not sure where he is next season. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, what a way to... yeah, I was going to move on.
He wants to go back to the grid. He doesn't want this race to start.
Yeah. Sam in P5. It's me moving up to ILR1 next season because he is your ILR2 world champion. Then we have the Matter, who's going to be staying with us. Scott staying with us. DNA Joe moving up to ILR2. Jamie in P10. How on earth is he in P10? But a good way to end off the season. We'll see him winning the championship in ILR3, mark my words. AVR Jake in P11 there, who's smashing through the Pirelli boards. Luke in P12, Pagani in P13, Paul McGinnis on P14, Lyle Blade in P15, Phil Bardwell in P16, Carl Meds in P17, Acorn P18, Ritz in P19, and Owen Wyatt in P20. Yeah, full grid for the last round.
He joined
20
in
drivers for
qualifying.
round.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hello, Owen. Welcome to ILR2.
Yeah, so 20 drivers for round 20. It was meant to be. It was meant to be.
Was it really?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Everybody wants to come for the last round. So, we'll be...
No, I'm not going to comment.
No, I know what you're going to say, but I'm also going to move on. So now we're going to watch Corey backing the field up, almost stopping on the track.
That's what
this
what he's going to do in the race.
It's not a safety car restart, man.
No, he wanted to be the safety car for ILR1, but unfortunately he didn't get that job, so he's doing it for ILR2 instead. It's the next best job.
So Corey's next gamer tag will be ILR safety car. So we'll see him out on track next season. But he's
much like his teammate was early on in the season as a manual safety car.
Paul yeah, the MCG car.
In ILR3 in China, he was there getting lapped.
Yeah. Well, the last car lines up, P20. It's the final round of the ILR2 season, about to get underway, and the lights go on for the final time this season. It's ILR2 round 20. Lights out and away we go. Corey gets away well, Tom gets away well, Matt gets a stunning start from row 2, and there's already a crash in the background. That's Luke in the wall in the background on the start line, but it is Matt who takes P2 into turn 1, followed by... That'll be Tom, Joker, Sam, It's Me, and the Matter. So they've all retained their positions. Then we have Jamie battling away with Paul McGuinness in P11. See if he can get it down the inside. We also have Flexi making a move on Joker, trying to go around the outside. They're going 3 wide already on lap 1. And let's see if Sam can get a move done on Joker down the inside of the hairpin. It's going to be a drag race down to the next sector. I don't know if he's going to be able to get it done, but he's going to get squeezed right off the left-hand side. But he will have the inside line for the next corner. But it is Corey who leads from Matt, from Tom, and it could be from Flexi next as he goes down the inside of the next left-hander. Can he get it done? It'll switch to the outside. They're still side by side, and Sam gets that move done. So almost a clean start, but not quite, because Luke got caught up in a little incident on the start line.
Yeah, I think him and Pagani had a bit of a go at getting together into that wall, and I don't think that was the time to have intimate car grabs between one another, guys. It's Abu Dhabi. I know emotions are high, but now's not the time. Not on the track.
Oh well, the Matter makes a move past Joker for P5, and the guys lead through. So oh, that's Pagani out the line of the last round. That's him in the wall, and that's not a great start to his ILR2 full-time career, let's say. But not the way he wants to end lap 20. So after lap 1, it is Corey who leads the way in Abu Dhabi, followed by Matt, followed by Tom. They've broken away massively from the guys behind. It's 1.4 seconds back to Sam, who's starting to break away from the pack behind. Then it's the Matter, Joker, DNA Joe, It's Me, AVR Jake, and Scott, followed by Jamie, Paul, Acorn, Carl Meds, Phil Bardwell, Lyle Blade, Owen Wyatt, and Ritson in P15 there. I think we might have Callum making a move on DNA Joe, thinking about it at least. Let's see if he can get anything done here. Trying to see if he can get on the outside, maybe trying to cut back on the way out. You know, ILR2 champion, we'll see him in ILR1 next season. Let's see if he can get this move done down to the next left-hander. We'll have Rich makes no DRS, but he will have a nice slipstream down to this left-hander. DNA Joe kind of going a little bit defensive, holding the middle of the track. Let's see, yeah, Callum thinking about it, but can't quite get alongside there. So we'll wait for that DRS to DRS activation in the next lap or so. But yeah.
Definitely overtakes a lot easier here in Abu Dhabi, considering there's not a lot of corners you can actually make a move on.
No, certainly not. But,
it's a lot of tight corners, and you don't want to go side by side through those, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's some nice open sections, but then you get into almost street circuit-esque sector 3 here. There's just no room to do anything. As you can see, riding on board with Corey as he makes his way through, getting a nice lead over Matt behind. So just making sure he's retaining that lead. See if he can break out of that DRS. activation. But Matt is within, he's in the danger zone kind of. Be just in front of Tom, and Sam closing in behind as well. So other than that, what else is going on? We got Egg. Oh dear.
Oh dearie me.
I think that's just a retirement from.
He must have been spun.
Yeah, he's given up. It's a shame. Your winner from Mexico pulls over, but we'll see him next season in ILR2. What a shame to lose him in the final round. So that's 2 DNFs in 3 laps, pretty much, which is not what we wanted to see, but that's the way it is.
But both Renaults now, both have DRS on that Red Bull ahead, not gaining at all. Really?
No. No, it's just that.
It looks to be they're running higher downforce setups, and that may go a bit better towards the end, but...
Yeah, we got a little tussle for P7 pretty much now. It's Callum alongside Joker, this will be. He's alongside. Both of them have DRS on DNA Joe ahead, who just made the move on Joker. Whoa, what a squeezing each other off. And he's trying to go around the outside. He'll switch to the inside, but back to the outside again. Joker, is he going to hold on? Callum gets squeezed out there, so no room for him there.
Wheel banging and aggressive defending, but it still makes still better clean defending.
Oh dear, Matt in the wall.
Oh dear.
Yep, spun it out of the right-hander, and he's out. He's given up straight away.
Well,
so we'll see him in ILR2 as well next season. So
seems to be
I
all
love
the
him just giving up
ILR2
early.
people have realised, that spot's safe, we'll just go.
Yeah. So Sam sets fast lap of the Grand Prix, and Tom right up behind Matt, and you can see that Corey's just pulling away. He's doing a really good job up there. He's 1.3 ahead already. And see if he can add a 3rd victory to his roster this season. 1 in Baku, 1 in Silverstone, but he hasn't taken a win since. So then, here begins the DRS train. So Tom's got a good exit out of that last hairpin. But let's see if he can get anything, because as you said, Matt has got some great straight line speed with no DRS. Like, Tom's barely gaining at all down that straight. So he needs to do it in the corners, it looks like. No way he's trying a dive bomb from that far back. No way. He tries to get alongside, but he can't do it. And now he's going to make himself vulnerable to his teammate, who's going to try and pull alongside here. DRS activation starts about here. Will there be frostiness between the two teammates? We saw it in Mexico, but will it happen here? Here comes Sam. Is he going to think about a dive bomb? Yes, he is. He's going to go on the inside of his teammate. He shoves him right off the track, and there's wheel banging between them. And yes, there's definitely frostiness between two teammates there.
You talk about new teammates for next season. I think it's kind of put a wedge between these two, and no friendliness shown between one another.
Absolutely not. So let's watch. Sam has got to run straight behind Tom's gearbox now, and then he's going to have the dirty air. And this will not help him. Meanwhile, Corey's just out front by 1.5. And doing a great job up there. So here we go to lap 5.
They've caught
28.
They've caught back up sort of to that Red Bull again. They haven't really lost any time battling.
No, not really.
Yeah,
it was just a small little spat.
Small little spat through 2 corners, which are very tight.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, they haven't lost too much time.
But Tom is he's going to struggle to get a run on Matt, because he's barely gaining on him down the straight. But he's got to be watching his mirrors now, because Sam's right there. So here we go then. Tom will have DRS off the Red Bull, and you can already see him going defensive, trying to break that slipstream. I think Sam's a little bit too far back, and the DRS will cancel his run out a little bit. So he's just showing himself in the mirrors, as you can see there. So here they go through this next set of corners. Can he get the run? Joker makes a move on DNA Joe, but they're having a nice little spat to two McLaren teammates. DNA Joe goes around the outside, they're side by side. Out of the right-hander, DNA Joe holds on. But let's see, Joker's going to come back here now. So he's going to pull alongside. He's almost hitting the barrier there. It's going to be late on the brakes for the McLaren. Sticks it down the inside, but DNA Joe doing a great job to hold on to that. So a nice bit of driving from Josh there.
To get that position straight back off him, off the outside of the corner, got to give it to him. That was great defending from Josh.
It's a nice little train here between DNA Joe, Joker, Callum, Jake, Scott, and Jamie.
Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie is right up there. He's in the points in P10.
Still in that top 10.
Yeah, still not crashed. So obviously he's got the ultra soft switched on. So,
you say that and you look at the back of the train, he's just running wide.
Yeah.
Don't jinx him too soon.
Yeah. He won't mind too much. He'll be fighting for our ILR3 championship next season. So yeah.
He will be fighting. He will get that. Mark my words.
Yeah, no,
Jamie for ILR3 championship.
He's going to win it by a margin of 100 points. Wait, we see.
200. 200 points. I'm going there. 200 points, Jamie, for that ILR3 World Championship.
Yeah, definitely. Tom a lot closer to Matt this time around. He's about 0.4 of a second behind. Matt going defensive, trying to weave a little bit to try and break the slipstream. Not going to work though. And these guys are actually, because of the DRS and slipstreaming they're doing, they're closing in on Corey.
It's the lack of battling. It's the gap between them all, and the dirty air kind of keeping them away from another. It's allowing Matt to pull them forwards.
Yeah. So, going through for the 6th time through Sector 2. That was a blatant corner cut from Tom there.
Bit of a jitter from Tom, you can see in the wheel. Misjudged that completely.
Yeah, that was pretty poor. But not coming through into Sector 3 then.
The Josh
no
train
room to make him
is
pretty much
still there.
Wow,
ABR Jake, notable name, in 8th on the Super Softs.
Yeah, he's doing a great job actually there in 8th place. And these guys, of course, on Ultra Softs will have to pit a lot earlier than he will. So he's going to be right up there. Corey's in for his stop, just as I said that. So he's come in for his first stop. That means Matt's going to take the lead with Tom. So this is now the battle for the race lead for now. Corey's going to get onto the Super Softs.
He's going on that 2-stop.
Yeah, he's committing himself to a 2-stop then. It's Callum's come in as well. A lot of guys going for the 2-stop then. Joker going for it as well. Yeah.
He's on the softs.
Oh, here we go. Soft tires ready. Oh, there's Tom for the lead down the inside. So you have to make something work, and Sam's going to come down. So it's a Renault 1-2, boys, in Abu Dhabi, round 20. So let's see. Will Tom have the DRS? Yes, he will, because the DRS detection point is a bit further back. So now it's Tom and Flexi in P1 and 2. So now we're going to have a little spat for the lead.
Wow. I did not expect any of that to come through. Oh, and
he's lost it. He's lost it. Oh, Sam running a bit wide and gives the position back to Matt.
You think Tom was being the team player there, holding Matt out to dry, allowing Sam to go through, but obviously straight afterwards, the dirty air has caught him straight back off.
Oh, Luke is out. I mean, Luke's hit the wall.
That 10-second corner cutting, he's obviously blatantly done that.
Yeah, that's Sauber bankrupted. Out of money.
Well, they're going to have to call Shark Loans and get that all money back.
Yeah. But yeah, you were right to mention AVRJ, because he's well up in 5th now because of the pit stops, and he's going to be able to go a bit longer. Because everybody in front of him is on Ultra Soft, so he'll be able to go a bit longer.
He is being hounded by Scott, though, in the back.
Yeah, who's on Ultra Softs, indeed. So, Dino Joe in 4th as well, it's doing a good job. Jamie up in 7th. I don't know how that happened. He's up there. Paul McGuinness and Ritson about to go at it.
But sorry, you said that meme on. Like, you said, I don't know how he's got there. Like that meme of things you don't.
Oh yeah.
You don't know how they got there. Jamie in 7th.
Did you ever look at something and wonder how he got there? Could somebody screenshot that and make that a meme, please?
Oh wow. Well then.
Yeah. So there you go. We're gonna have that as the cover photo for ILR now. Oh, look at this. Corey trying to go around the outside of Ritson here. He's trying to get back through the field. He's going to surge past on the exit, so straight away. And now will we see team orders between the two Force Indias? We've got Paul McGuinness and Corey. Look at the slips. Look at the massive overspeed he gets versus teammate. I think the teammate's going to move over and let him straight through into 8th position. Of course, they weren't teammates in ILR 1 last season. And Paul actually ended up overtaking Corey, and as a result, Corey crashed out and lost the championship. So at least Paul is playing a nicer part this time.
That's why I got Personality of the Year, being the nice guy.
Yeah. Being the nice guy, and
or the clinically
all the shit
insane
posting.
guy. Language.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
I didn't mean to. Please don't hurt me. Anyway, we're going to see.
Fired as ILR2 commentator.
Yeah. Matt is in for his stop then on lap 9, so that's going to put Flexi into P2. So there's your run on 1-2 once again. So DNA Joe in as well, and ILRGT going to stay out and take 3rd position.
Toro Rosso's doing bits today, as Corey says the fastest lap at the moment.
Fast lap on the Super Softs.
On the Super
flying.
Softs. He's showing pace for ILR1 as there's a yellow flag. Oh, it's Scott. He's gone.
Oh dear.
Span off the curb.
Oh my. Paul McGuinness and Ritson are having a titanic battle down here. But they're both on the soft tyres. They both started on the soft tyres. So they're really going at it this last race of the season.
Paul has a new helmet this time round. It looks like the British flag-ish sort of the sort of thing for it.
I'm not sure quite what he was going for, but okay. We like creativity here.
Oh, Carl, that was a risky dive bomb there.
Yeah, it is a Toro Rosso 3-4 currently. ILRGT and Jamie up in 4th on the Super Sauce, but he's got Corey like coming right up and very, very quick.
Jamie is like Stroll in Baku 2017. You just wonder how the hell they got there. How they got that high.
Yeah, that's the thing. Oh, Corey almost hit the back of Jamie as you said that. He had to do some avoiding action. Tom is in for his stop. Sam stays out.
If Tom goes onto the softs, he's going to try a very audacious one-stop.
Let's see what's it going to be. It's going to be the softs.
Wow.
So
no,
or is it super softs?
No,
yeah, it's definitely softs.
Magical tyres in the pit lane. It's going on the Renault. It's a soft.
So, yeah. Oh, yeah. So he's going on the one stop, we think.
Unless he's going to go on the ultra softs at the end.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Corey and Jamie.
And he comes out in the middle of the battle between Carl Meds and Matt, along with Paul Guinness as well.
That'll be interesting. I think we're going to see a move between Corey and Jamie here for P3. Let's see, he's going to go to the inside. Any defense from Jamie at all? Is he going to give up position? Definitely not, because he's going to try and hang it around the outside. He's not going to be able to do it on that, surely. Got very worn ultra soft, so that's it. Into P4.
Tom has come out behind Matt.
Now, he's got to get past Paul McGuinness as well, and Paul McGuinness is going to do everything in his power to hold Tom behind. So let's see how he's going to do this. Tom's going to have to go around the outside if he wants this one. So Paul McGuinness is going to try and hold on. Tom gets very late on the brakes. I think he's got that. That was a nice move.
Carl trying to sneak through, but just can't seem to get past Paul. He's just stuck behind him.
Yeah. Well, due to the late start today, it means I've got to leave earlier in the race than usual. Brandon, it's been a pleasure commentating with you this season, and I'll see you next time.
See you later. Oh, yellow flag in sector 2/3. That's Owen in the wall. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Super's left the session and Owen has half a front wing. Meanwhile, Jamie has come into the pits and so has Sam going onto the soft tyres. We'll see what Jamie's also going to plan on going onto. Do you believe that is the soft compound tyres going onto his car? It is. A lot of one-stoppers here in Abu Dhabi today. Oh god, I hate being put as a solo commentator. Currently, the standings go as ILRGT is in the lead on those super soft tyres, obviously going longer than everyone else on this stint, followed by Corey, Ritson, Matt, who's battling in out second with Wame as it stands. I can't remember the word for it. Theoretically, he is second. They're fighting for second. Sam down in 10th. That pit stop has royally messed up his position. I'm trying to find a battle. Oh, Paul McGuinness right behind me. He's right behind Carl. All of them are going to try and find a way past now. As Itsby goes side by side with Carl going into the tight left here in Abu Dhabi, and makes his way through and up into 6th. The ILR2 champion making easy work of the Haas, who somehow managed to get past Paul in between the gap of when super left. Though that looks to be Josh going down the inside of Paul McGuinness. Slight contact between the two as he tries to go around the outside of the next corner, squeezing Paul to the apex. And whew, that was very close between the two drivers, as you can see in Paul's rearview mirror. Flexi is hounding him now behind him, as this will surely throw Paul into thinking of when he's going to pit and how is he going to counter all these other drivers, as he just moves aside. For Flexi at the moment, he's going to try and battle with him. Again, Flexi gets shoved wide. Looks to be kind of being a bit more cautious than what you'd expect, but gets past Paul in the following corners and is up into 9th. Other battles is Matt in 4th. Scott's just passed up on the soft compound tyres. A 140.474 for the Ferrari. And haven't had the best of luck this season. But yeah. Fastest lap is Matt and Ritson battling it out in the chicane. Matt being pushed ever so slightly by Ritson to keep that position right now, but he's being hounded behind by Wame. Weaving left and right. Ritson trying to defend the inside line as Matt's going to try and go around the outside. Finish chicane as Tom's dived it down the inside, and they've sandwiched Ritson into the middle, and Tom has hit Ritson coming back onto the track, and that's the Renault gone. The Renault has spun, and that was a very, very lousy dive bomb from the Renault, and that's possibly cost him his race. And his battle for second, as Matt has apparently got a 5-second stop go penalty for gaining one position. Don't know whether the stewards will think that was unfair or not. As he couldn't do anything about to avoid that collision, but he's up into 3rd, and a lot of controversy has happened down the field as ILRGT has finally come into the pits, and he's going onto the soft compound tyres. Obviously he's realised his tyres have gone as far as they can, and he's doing a strategy I wanted to do in my race, so obviously it's a strategy people are liking. He's going to come out just behind the Joker, I believe. He's going to try and battle it out. Coming out, he's going to be behind the Joker for... No, he's going to be behind Paul. And Paul does an Fernando Alonso and jumps over the bumps in Abu Dhabi. And ILRGT comes out the pits, tries going around Paul McGuinness. He's going to go around the outside of the hairpin. He's not going to be able to make that work. He's getting as close as he can to the Force India now. Right behind him, he's going to try and get a tiny bit of slipstream from the... from the mic is ILRGT goes down the inside of Paul, who's now under attack from the Joker behind him on that straight, as that has a bit technical difficulty there with the microphone. The Joker's right behind Paul now, and he's going to see if... Paul's going to see if he can try and make a move back on ILRGT, try and get that 9th position back off him while being hounded behind by the Joker. Joker's not going to try and launch, he's going to stay behind the Force India for now. It's Mevo. He's going to try and follow his Red Bull teammate up into the podium positions now. With Tom's dismay, I don't believe It's Me has pit. No, It's Me has pit because he just started on the ultra soft tyres. That is right in my mind. He's right behind Ritson though, going onto the start of lap 14. Now he's going to see if he can try and make a move down into turn 1, perhaps. Is he going to try and pull it into the inside line? No, he's not. He's going to stay there for now. He's going to follow behind the Ferrari. He's going to go take a wider line than most would expect around that corner. Still following the Ferrari. Ritson having a great drive at the moment. He's sitting here in P3. Obviously, he started on those soft compound tyres, disconnecting in quali, but he's sitting there. It's Vivo trying to follow him through still, not being able to find a way past, and it's starting to be a bit of a train here of the Ritson train, holding up It's Me, Dene, Joe, Wame and Flexi. Is he going down the inside, going towards the chicane? Easy pickings for It's Me off Ritson, as he's also being attacked by DNA Joe round the outside of the chicane. He's not going to be able to make a pass. Wame though now coming into the fray. They could possibly go 3 wide down on this straight. DNA Joe down the inside. Wame possibly round the outside. It is. It's going to go 3 wide down towards the sector 2 chicane. Wame goes round the outside. Goes straight round the outside. In fact, that's a very awkward line as he's got an illegal overtake on both Ritson and DNA Joe. He's having to give him back, but that's going to put him in the hands of Flexi as he's cheekily managed to get a position, and Ritson's backed off and allowed Flexi through. Don't believe Ritson hasn't pit yet. Ritson has not pit yet, just confirming. Ritson has not pit yet. Meanwhile, debutante DNA Joe here in E4, returning from ILR3 for next season. And Ritson has come into the pits. His tyres have given up. He's most likely going on to today's super soft compound tyres. But DNA Joe now is going to be under threat from Wame, who's made some audacious moves since Grand Prix. He's realised his seat is safe for next season, and he's just going out on a whim here. Just seeing what he can do, if he can make any lunges that may deem move of the season. Who knows? But meanwhile, I will apologise for the 22 somehow people who are still watching for the absolutely atrocious commentating. I am here just to stream and make the odd comment, not to be a main commentator. And I think for the ILR3 race, if you have any questions, I'll honestly answer them as best I can. As Wame tries to go down the inside of DNA Joe, he's trying to put his wing there to try and defend it off, but it looks to be that the Renault's managed to make its way through, and DNA Joe has fallen down into 5th now, with Wame up into 4th. With the penalties he has, will be demoted to 5th and possibly 6th. But DNA Joe will hope to fight back for that 4th position. He'll be looking to make a good impression on his debut race here in ILR2. Meanwhile, Corey has got a 12.5 second gap to Matt in 2nd, but obviously he's on a different strategy. He'll be looking to make that work. And the last corner now, a yellow flag in sector 3. I can't possibly. Paul McGuinness, no front wing. That is the yellow flag being brought out for him. AVR Jake looking at Carl Meds for that 7th spot. Carl hasn't pit. He started on the super soft and he's still going. Wow. Wow. That's impressive from the Haas driver right there. He's going to drop a lot of positions staying out this long. Hopefully on those ultra softs at the end, he'll be going a lot faster. As Jamie, surprise, surprise, picked up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings from the stewards. Unlucky Jamie, you were on the points earlier, now you're sitting here in 11th. Not the best of times for you. As AVR Jake could be getting the max speed out of that Toro Rosso before the Renault engineer ends. Trying to go down the inside of the chicane, can't be able to make it. He's going to try a switchback at the second corner of the chicane. He's going to try round the outside of the Haas onto the straight. DRS for the Toro Rosso rather than the Haas, and it looks like he's got the position before the end of the straight. Is he going to try and defend? No, he's going to keep it. He has got the move. AVR Jake up into 7th as the Joker, and Phil Bargewell trading positions. But giving it straight back Phil Bargewell at this moment in time. Still going to try to go down the inside of the next corner, perhaps. He is. He's going to battle it side by side down towards the harsh braking after the swooping right-hander. Still battling it out with the Joker. He did qualify high up in 4th, I believe, for the McLaren, who hasn't disconnected yet. And hope prayers to Joker that he doesn't disconnect this time around. But following around the last corner, Carl Med still hasn't pit yet, as Flexi has come into the pits. Possibly a broken front wing. Obviously, battles have caused a broken front wing for him. As the Joker got a great run on Carl Meds, now trying to go round the outside on those soft tyres. not being able to make the move yet, as Flexi has retired from the Grand Prix, disappointing. As that's a high-level corner cut from the Joker right there on Carl. He's obviously being very impatient, but that's allowed Phil Bardwell to also make a move down on Carl Meds. It's allowed Carl Meds to then be attacked by Jamie. Oh dear, Carl. I think this is a crucial point on you need to pit, as that's a very, very aggressive weaving from the Joker. Sure, the stewards will be seeing him out of that for the weaving on the straight as there. Phil Bardwell's trying to go around the outside, inside line for the following corner now on the exit. Quite a tank slapper for the Mercedes. Hits against the McLaren and loses position again. But now he's put under pressure from Jamie, who's now into 9th position. He's going to try a late swoop down the inside of the Joker. And a move from Phil Bardwell showing why he's got the seat for next season here in ILR2. It's Jamie being pushed wide ever so slightly, trying to make a move on the Joker, who's looking on that line, trying to see if he can make a lunge on Phil Bardwell like he did in the on the straight. He's not being able to, as that's a broken front wing for Jamie. He's hit the back of the McLaren and his right front has gone. Oh dear, his head's gonna be gone. His head is gonna be gone. Disaster class, get back on that account, boy. You're obviously not ready on this King MJJ account. Get back at disaster classes. Carl also comes into the pits. He's heard my words. He's coming into the pits to change those tyres. It's me following behind Wame. It looks like Wame has got past him. I haven't seen that battle, unfortunately. Too busy watching the others down below. And oh, Joker and Phil Bardwell side by side going into the first chicane. Switch back for the Joker's going to have the outside of the hairpin. Going to see if he can make it work. He's going to get the switch back on the hairpin on Phil. Going to try and get the better drive. He is going to get the better drive on the 88 car. DRS for the Joker. He has enabled it. He's going to try as he can to get alongside him. Mercedes has done. He's going to push him as much as he can towards that edge. He's going to go side by side into the chicane once more between the Joker and Phil Bardwell. He's going to get the switch back again from the hairpin to the chicane. Joker is making switchbacks now on Phil Bardwell of McLaren versus Mercedes. So what we want in the 2018 season is the McLaren versus Mercedes, obviously. As slight contact between the both. As the Joker aggressively defends. That's going to be seen from the stewards as well. The defense from Phil. As Phil they all have pit now. Everyone has pit at least once. As Corey comes into his pit stop, he is going to lose position to at least Matson Wame. If he can't get out ahead of him onto the ultra soft tyres for Corey, he's looking to try and get revenge after last season in ILR1 here in Abu Dhabi. As it's me also pits into the ultra soft, same strategy as Corey. It's going to be looking for a little tense final as Phil Bardwell swoops into the pit lane. Now to change his tyres, he's going to try and go into the ultra soft surely, to try and go to the end and get the fastest lap. But Corey come out right behind Bottle Josh or DNA Joe. Going to see if he can try and follow him through. Obviously on 2 commands, softer and newly prepped ultra soft. Going to try and go around the outside of the hairpin. The Force India trying to make it work. He's got the drive out of the corner, and the Force India's made the move on the McLaren around the outside of the hairpin. Fantastic move from the new ILR2 driver for next season. Wow. We've got to clap to that. Gotta clap to that. Great move from Corey right there, showing that he has the fire, the flame inside of him, burning, trying to get that win here in Abu Dhabi. That revenge for last season, losing the ILR1 title in Abu Dhabi must have been heartbreaking for him. As his retirement led to the safety car, which led to Michael Davis winning the inaugural ILR1 championship instead of Corey. I've got to give kudos though to DNA Joe and AVR Jake in 4th and 5th respectively. Surprises for both of them being up there. As you can see, it's me going around the outside of Scott towards the chicane, been able to make the move from the DRS straight. Now up into 7th place. Fantastic from the Red Bull driver, showing why he was world champion. Even though he is on 2 compounds softer and newer tyres. Corey already almost 2 seconds away from DNA Joe. Wow, he's absolutely lightning on those tyres now. I wouldn't be surprised if he set a fastest lap on this lap now. That is lightning stuff from the ILR2 runner-up for last season, showing his worth. As he goes over the humps, Fernando Alonso style copying his teammate. And no surprises there between the Force Indians doing one thing and another for each other. Sector 1 and... Oh, Jamie's retired. Oh dear. Jamie. What's this? What's this, Jamie? How have you done this? How? How is that wheel just sunken through the... How is that wheel just sunken through the floor? I don't get it. Womevo attacking behind Matt now. Only 4 tenths behind the Red Bull. It's going to be a repeat of earlier on in the race where the downforce just isn't going to allow him to catch up as much as he needs to into the braking zone now. Catching up a lot of space, a lot of ground right there. But also he's got to watch out. Corey is on a mission for that win. That voice break has just ruined that moment. 27 people watching me fail commentating ILR2. Welcome, welcome to the stream. You're catching it on lap 20 and 28 as we're getting a little tasty battle now as both soft compound drivers are going to be holding up the ultra soft run of Corey. He's going to be looking to get probably his first win since Britain this season. And down the inside, lunge for the Renault as the Red Bull goes round the outside and best managed to keep that for now is Corey. Like I said, gets the first lap of the race so far. 39.1. He made it down the inside of the Renault, down into turn 1. Fantastic run on the exit of the last corner. But now he's going to be right behind the Red Bull of Matt. He's got it. He's got in front of him already. Fantastic from the Force Indians. Renault with Tom cuts the corner massively. He's going to have to go wide. He's going to have to let them both through again. He's got a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting coming back on earlier than he needed to. Matt, though, it's just ruined his run. Tom has inadvertently caused Corey to take the lead and possibly win this race by miles. But Phil Budwell has just got the fastest lap of the race, a 1:39. Give me one moment. A 1:39.066 for the Mercedes, showing the Mercedes pace from both the Force India and the Merc. Wow. Great pace. Great pace from both of them on the Ultra Softs. Jeez. As I do apologise if you do hear any shouting in the background. I have no control over that. So you're just going to have to bear with me for this race. As you see Phil Bargewell catching up massively on Carl, going round the outside of the chicane now. Goes to Mercedes. Round the outside. Has the inside for the next corner. Has got the move on Carl. Great move. Great move from the Mercedes. But he's going to have to try and hold that position now on Carl. As he could possibly fight back for it once more. Scott gets a 3-second time penalty for Mobile Boys. He's going to lunge down the inside. Not able to make his car get in a position. And Phil Bargewell keeps the position off the Haas for now. We'll see though on the diving, swooping right-hander, sorry. Which is notorious for the dive bombs at the braking zone. Who dares late breaker? Who dares late breaker into that corner? As Phil Bargewell keeps that position of Carl Meds for now and is looking to hunt for points in Abu Dhabi as it has started to get darker. See, some of the lights are turning on now. Buome is in front of Matt. He is 1 second clear. He needs to get 3 seconds plus, so with his multiple penalties he has, apologies, just had hiccups and burps at once, and I'm trying to suppress them as much as I can for this commentary. As Carl Meds is right behind Phil Bargewell, is still looking for an opening, trying to get back past. You can see the Ferrari of Ritson that far ahead of them. It doesn't look. Oh, it might be Scott actually. For both in the Ferrari, it's kind of difficult to decide which one's which. You can't really see the numbers from that far and from that angle. But battling for P9, all of the difference of 1 point in the championship between 9th and 10th. But it's obviously last race. It's for pride, not for points. It's for pride of showing who has the pace at the end of the season rather than early on. As obviously this is the only battle really on track at the moment, and it's kind of separating. That's disappointing. It's kind of staled out, much like the baguette conversation in Britain. Corey's last win. Got to bring back some good memories. Rundown of the grid of the running so far. Corey currently in first position, followed by Tom in a net second. However, his penalties will drop him down, and whether or not Stewards remove them or not is all dependable after the race. Third, Matt 32575. He is being promoted into ILR1. The Red Bulls have been very dominant this season, and that's probably the main reason as to why both of them have been promoted this season. DNA Joe P4, surprised to see him up here. Normally he bottles positions like this, but got to give it to him. He's doing fantastic on his ILR2 debut, and is showing what ILR3 drivers can actually do in the higher divisions, and proving that we're not as useless as you think we are. We are better than you believe. Obviously that's bias from me, but I've just got to give it to the ILR3 drivers. Like Parga winning on his debut in USA, Silent Assassin almost winning in Brazil, but broken front wing coming out the pits has ruined his chances. AVR Jake in 5th, surprised to see him this high, but I've got to give it to him. He's doing great. It's full McGuinness, 1:38.632 in his Sahara Force India in the fastest lap on the Ultrasoft. Mercedes power ruling this race. AVR Jake in 5th, again, surprised. He hasn't really shown too much pace, but obviously those new wheel and new pedals is going great. I believe that he is the one with the new pedals and whatnot. It's me, 6th. He is catching, but he is just showing his pace as ILR2 champion. Again, on the softer tyres, but they're going to be a bit worn. They're going to be dropping off slightly. Surely soon will be dropping off. 7th, Scott has had a bit of an unlucky season. Scott has. He's had a very unlucky season. Canada was in the running for points and bottled that. The same with his teammate Ritson. He hasn't been very lucky since he's came back into the league. The only luck he's had is his tweets banging with a load of likes. But that's football Twitter for you. What do you expect? 9th, Phil Bardwell. Again, been unlucky. He's had his teammate retire early on from the season for commentating duties and not being able to make the time. But his new teammate Pagani retiring early on in this race. Did get a podium last out in Brazil, Pagani. But Mercedes had a bit of an off-on season, and Phil Bardwell missing a lot of races as well. He's come back. He's going to get some points. Good for the number 88. Carl Medin 10th. Lost his teammate early on in the season. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. People might remember his name. I don't. So if you do remember the old Haas name of his teammate, please do tell me. As Liveblade is his new teammate. Liveblade is in season 3 of ILR2, I do believe, whereas Cole isn't. But he's in 10th at the moment. He's been caught by the Joker. But Cole's had a very consistent season in where he has been. He's always been there and sort of that point scoring range. Just a consistent driver overall for this season. Joker in 11th. It disconnects galore for him and George, without a doubt, both of them. Definitely disconnects have riddled his season. He's right behind Carl, though, as It's Me is also right behind AVR Jake. He's going to see if he can get the better grip now. We're going to have to pause on the Joker and George Memorial. As It's Me, he's going to see if he can lunge down the inside. No, he's going to stay right behind him for now. With smoke coming out of AVR Jake's tyres locking up into that corner. But It's Me following right behind him. Now he's going to hope possibly get the run, get DRS on the Toro Rosso, the sister team of Red Bull. He's going to get the DRS, he's going to get the slipstream. AVR Jake tries to defend the inside line. So the champion, It's Me's going to go round the outside of AVR Jake into the chicane. He can't make it for now. He's going to see if he can make it into the next chicane. There's a lot of chicanes here in Abu Dhabi, a lot of 90-degree corners, in fact, in Abu Dhabi. Which makes it a very annoying track for people who hate dive bombers. Round the outside, though, goes It's Me. Down the inside for the next corner. Round the outside for the following corner, leaving enough space. Fantastic move from It's Me, showing why he is world champion. I think I've said that like 5 times now. But AVR Jake down to 6, still having a fantastic race, and he's definitely showing why he deserves to be in ILR2 for next season, without a doubt. Battling it out with the ILR2 champion on 2 compounds harder. It's a great showing from him. For now, as as Carmez has lost position to the Joker. Unfortunate for him, down out of the points for now. He'll be wishing for a Joker disconnect now, as that has been the case for this season heavily. For the Joker, unfortunately, for the disconnect. But DNA Joe, he's fought back. He's come back. He's fighting for that podium now here in Abu Dhabi. He missed ILR3's race for work, but he's here for ILR2. He's wanted at least one race this week. He wanted at least one race to prove his worth. And here he is now battling out for the podium with a ILR1 debutant for next season, Matt 32575. The Red Bull's obviously been dominant this season. But DNA Joe covering for Billy this time round. He's gonna make the most of his opportunity. Not as much as Parker did on his Force India debut, but close enough. He hasn't got the greatest history of staying in the podium positions. Most notably, Brazil kind of fell out of the win. Britain crashed out in ILR3. He's looking for that move on the Red Bull. He's just looking. Is the ILR3 driver. As Corey starts lap 27 and 28, we're nearing the end of this season and closer to next season as each second goes. But behind that 32575, sorry, got one of the fives. DNA Joe, though, he's again looking to make most of use of the extending and of his chance here in ILR2. I'm just repeating a load of words, I do apologise. Sticking behind him for now. Possibly not going to make a lunge at the moment. He's not, he's going to stick right by, getting very close to the rear diffuser of the Red Bull. Honda versus Renault Power now. Seeing if he can make a move on him. Not being able to at the moment. Getting that DRS, getting that slipstream, revving that engine to the max. The Honda engine might give away at any moment, but he's going to make a lunge down the inside into the chicane. He's going to have the outside line into the following corner. He's going to keep his nose there. He's going to keep it. He's going to get the better drive, get the better exit. Then the Red Bull, he's got a DRS as well. The McLaren is possibly getting into the podium positions on his ILR2 debut, banging wheels with Matt. Matt goes round the outside, trying to keep that position. Cutting the corner so slightly, going around the outside again, corner cutting from the edge at that time, making it equal between each other, shoving him out wide, giving him Matt a 3-second time penalty, which will probably be removed due to the extending track limits. As Josh did push him out wide, that might be penalty to Josh rather than to Matt. Stewards will decide after the race if an inquiry is put in. But that's Josh into third. That penalty may have just bottled it for him as Corey has started the last lap of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix at the Yas Marina circuit. As Josh and Matt also go on to the last lap. There's a Red Bull in the back of the champion. It's me catching up to his teammate. But as it gets very dark here in the Yas Marina circuit, this does highlight the end of the season. It's been a great season. From what I've seen from commentating from round 7 onwards, it's been a great season. It's been a lot of battles. It's been very close for this season. One of the closest divisions, without a doubt, in terms of pace. And next season, even tighter for pace. And be sure to do watch next season, without a doubt, because it will be one hell of an entertaining season, even for the casual viewer. Obviously, kudos to Matt and It's Me for being the Constructors' Champions, and It's Me for winning the championship. But without a doubt, it's been some great driving from all these drivers. Some of it controversial. Possibly one of the funniest races being Austria ILR2 for this season as well, going down as one of my notable races for this season. Oh dear, the bugs in this game have a great. Come around the last corner now though. Corey to win his first race again since Britain. Fantastic for the Force India driver. He's got his revenge back from last season, and he's made sure that he's got that win finally in Abu Dhabi. Wame finishing in second, though, with penalties on his name as he falls down behind DNA Joe. DNA Joe going up into second for now. It's me goes into fourth. Matt goes down into fifth due to penalties. Obviously, this is all going to change. AVRJ in sixth. Scott in seventh. Ritson in eighth position, getting points to his name. Finally, in ILR2 and the last race of the season. Bravo, Ritson. Phil Barger in ninth, getting points as well. Joker in 10th, getting that last point. And no disconnect from this time round. You got to give it to him after spinning on that outlap. You wouldn't have thought he had two hopes of finishing this race without being in the wall. Gomez in 11th, and he smashed it to the back of the McLaren. Oh dear. Wyatt, Wyatt? Oh God, I'm telling you, it's another commentators. No dear, no. Owen Wyatt getting 12th position off Paul on the last lap of the Grand Prix. His ILR2 debut hasn't gone the best. He's been shoved by the force injury. He's lost his head completely after losing his front wing. It's been a quiet debut for Owen. Not much has really been on him. The cameras ain't been on him much as Paul goes down the inside in the last corner. Contact between him. Owen forcing him towards that wall. But he loses it due to penalties. And Paul gets that 12th. Owen gets that 13th. And Acorn, another quiet race for the Sauber driver. Hopefully in ILR2 next season he'll prove his worth. But that has been the last race of the ILR2 season. Your podium today. Provisional podium. Corey for the win. DNA Joe for a fantastic second place on his debut in ILR2. And Wame in third. All subject to penalties across the board. South African flag, Finnish flag, and the Great British flag all on the podium. It's been a great race. It's been a great season in ILR2. Fantastic. Loads of different winners. Consistency throughout the group. It's been my favourite one to watch all season, this division, without a doubt. Regardless of what people may say about ILR1, it's been ILR2 for me. Maybe biased for being the commentator, but regardless, ILR2 has been the tier to watch for this season, in my opinion. As Paul McGuinness gets the fastest lap of a 1:38.6. But this has been ILR2 for this season. I've been the commentator since round 7, Lazan, and I will see you for the Race of Champions next week as I race in it, and you'll see the live stream hosted by Ginger Andy and Jamie, I believe. So we'll see you next week at 5:30 for the Race of Champions around Bahrain in ILR. See you then.